Here's one.
I will now call the March 27th, 2024 Historic Preservation Commission meeting to order. This agenda was posted in compliance with the open meeting law, and all members are in attendance with the exception of Chair Davenport, Member Baker, and Member Weingart. They are on the telephone. A quorum is established. Please join me in standing and saying the Pledge of Allegiance.
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
I'm gonna have to sit here for a while to hear this meeting. Okay. So, thank you for lunch.
Ask them
and thank
to
you for
mute.
And we'll be.
Members that are on the phone, could you please mute your phone?
I said I was gonna send you the message. Thank you. Okay.
Yeah, let me take this, she'll be fine.
Okay.
Members that are calling in, could you please mute your phone? Thank you. First item is the initial public comment period. Public comment during this portion of the agenda must be limited to matters on the agenda for action. Each person has up to 5 minutes to speak on a specific agenda item. The public may call in to 702-589-9629 to provide public comment. If there is anyone in the audience who wants to speak, please come to the podium and state your name for the record.
And we'd have to unmute it when they try to talk, though. Holly, can you just turn it down?
Seeing no one is on the phone, we will close the first public comment period. Agenda item number 1 for possible action, approval of the minutes of the February 28th, 2024 meeting. Do I have a motion for approval?
I motion to approve.
Do I have a second?
I second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion is approved unanimously. The next agenda is item number 2 for possible action, matters pertaining to 2024 Historic Preservation Day. Staff, may I please have your report?
Good afternoon, Commissioners. Michael Mays, Community Development Director. So, this is the time each year where the Commission reviews the applications that were submitted for the Historic Preservation nomination for 2024. The City received 4 applications. And in your packet, you have background material including the Northwind survey for each of the properties nominated, the actual nomination submission, as well as background information, including all the prior award winners. I want to just briefly go through the 4 applications for your consideration tonight. So the first, this is the Browder Bookstore. This is 554 Nevada Way. The second is 631 Avenue F. And the third is 651 Avenue B. And I want to make a note with respect to this application. So in your staff report, we note that this is a contributing property to the Historic District. Back in 2020, it was a contributing property. However, since the property has been remodeled, it would no longer maintain that status. So we wanted to make that clear as part of the nomination. And then finally, this is 1400 Lodge Road. This is the LA Department of Water and Power Lodge. For those of you, and you probably read in the report, this lodge is still used by the LA Department of Water and Power today as a guest house for employees and guests of the LA Department of Water and Power. So, as you're evaluating these 4 applications, Staff has put within the staff report, this is page 12 of your packet, the criteria that was established by the commission in 2022 regarding the applications and their appropriateness to receive the award. It includes whether the application was complete, is the property historically significant? And so kind of going back to the table that's contained on page 13, of the 4 applications, only one is still a contributing property. That is the LA Department of Water and Power Lodge. Has the property been sensitively preserved, rehabilitated, and restored following the Secretary of Interior standards as well as local guidelines? And does the project promote the long-term preservation of the building or the property? This is up to the commission to vote and decide on award winner, and as the commission has previously discussed, the intent is to present the award to the winner at Historic Preservation Day. And at that, I can answer any questions.
Any questions from the commission? Members on the phone, any questions? I assume they have no questions. They can't hear me.
Madam Chair, if there are no questions, what I would suggest is that the commission discuss the merits of each of the application, and then that you would open it up for potential nominations. So this would be treated similar to how the commission selects chair and vice chair. You would open up for nominations, people would nominate, then you would close the nominations, and then you would vote on each of the nominations. That application who receives the most votes would be selected as the award winner.
Okay. So I'm going to open it up for discussion. If anyone has any questions in reference to the 4 applicants, you want to take a minute to look through it. Members on the phone, if you take a minute to look through your package and let us know if you would like to discuss any of the 4 properties.
Yes,
This is Blair.
Dawn. Oh, sorry.
go ahead.
I just
Go
wanted
ahead,
to say,
Dawn.
I think somebody doesn't have their phone on mute because I'm getting all their background conversations.
Yes, and I've asked several times. I don't think he could hear me.
Right.
So if you could kind of bear with that, and we could hear you loud and clear.
Okay.
And I can hear you, Denise. It's when Michael is speaking, it's really garbled.
Okay, well, we're at the point right now where we're just discussing the 4 properties that are up for
Nomination.
nomination. And Chair Davenport, did you have any questions or thoughts on
I don't have
any?
any questions, but I'm happy to put in a nomination if we're ready.
Okay, stand by one.
I would like to nominate the LADWP Lodge.
And I'll second it.
I'll third it.
Okay. Is there any other nominations? Okay, then it look,
Well, I would just close nominations, and then if there are no other nominations, by acclamation, the selection would be the LA Department of Water and Power Lodge.
okay, so right now, since we do have only one, we're going to close the nomination. Okay. And I am going to,
Yeah.
let's see.
Madam Chair,
I have
sorry to interrupt. What I would suggest is that even though it's an acclamation, just for the minutes, that we have a vote selecting them as the award winner.
Okay.
A
so-
motion.
So do I have a motion to recommend? Oh,
No.
go ahead, I'm sorry.
A motion to close the nominations, and then with a second, and all in favor, say aye.
So do I have a motion to close?
I make a motion to close the nominations.
Okay, do I have a second?
I
I'll
second.
second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
say aye.
Aye.
Okay, did you get the second nomination?
And since it's only one, by acclamation, they
acclamation.
are selected.
Okay, so by acclamation, we have, the winner is is it WP Lodge?
LAD,
LAD,
WP.
WP Lodge.
Oh, good.
So, let's see. Now, do I have to close that? Since by acclamation, they already are?
By acclamation, you don't need a vote.
Okay,
Yeah, similar to selection of chair and vice chair.
okay.
So this is Blair, and I have a question. In the past, I've helped write the write-up for that. You want me to do that again? Would I work with Michael on that?
Yes.
Or not the nomination, but the write-up?
The write-up, if you could work with Michael on that during the week. Michael, do you have a time when you need that write-up?
Well, the direction from the commission is that you'd like to present it at Historic Preservation Day, so we got a little time to do that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Alrighty, okay. Thank you. So,
Great, thank you.
anybody else have anything before I go on to the next agenda?
Only, Madam Chair, that what I'll do is reach out to a representative of the LA Department of Water and Power to see if they're available to receive the award during Historic Preservation Day.
Is there any time during that day that they normally receive awards, and does the city council have to be there as well?
I think as the commission had described before, you were going to invite a city council member to attend. I can certainly follow up and reach out to see if a council member is available to be there when you provide the award.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
I just have one more question. They'll get the award there on Historic Preservation Day. Will they also be recognized at the next city council meeting, or is it one time and that's it?
Well, the prior conversation by the commission is that your preference was to just provide the award during Historic Preservation Day.
Okay, all right. Thank you. So, if I have no other questions or comments, I'm going to move on to item 2B.
Yes, and so in your packet, you'll see on page 60 of your packet, I have put together, I apologize, starting with page 59. Let's start with the flyer.
Okay.
So thank you very much for the material that each of you provided to me. You'll see that it's an outline of the activities for Historic Preservation Day on Saturday, May 11th. I had to consolidate some of the verbiage to make it all fit on one page, but this has been completed and submitted, and it will be in the April utility mailer. Just as a reminder, the mailer goes out to half the community at the beginning of April and half the community near the middle of April, so that's why it was important for us to complete that work prior to this meeting, because we've already submitted this for publication.
Okay.
So that'll be going out to the public. And then on page 60, I put together an updated matrix that shows each of the commissioners and the assignments. I've tried to reflect what I believe are those tasks that are completed. And so if there are other tasks completed, let me know. And then what I can do is then update this and then, of course, bring it back for your final conversation on Historic Preservation Day at the end of April. That'll be the last chance to finalize logistics for the event.
Okay. So did everybody get a chance to look at your package? Is there any updates or changes or anything that needs to be
Is this
corrected?
completely finalized,
The flyer?
the flyer?
Yes.
Okay.
Members on the phone, did you have any comments or corrections to the flyer first?
He said that it's done.
Well, ask them. I don't think they can hear me, though.
They're having a party.
Okay. So on the second one, the assignments, mine's look fine. There's nothing for Baker. Davenport, you're going to present the award with the council member, is that correct?
That's correct.
Okay. Have you reached out to one of the council members?
I believe that's Michael.
Yeah, I'm going to take
You're
care
still
of
going
that.
to do, okay. Okay. Railroad.
So we're all set at the museum. I'll just coordinate the final activities as we need for the welcome reception and what the expectations are. But we've held it last year. We kind of have a sense of what's already going on. So I'll just get with you, Michael, and we'll get all those last little details flushed out.
Okay, great.
Okay, thank you, Dr. Mann. And May?
Were you going to call the museum? I thought you were going to do that. Call them and have somebody come down and speak because you knew who that was and they had the boards and the paper.
You're talking for the,
Clark County
County.
Museum.
yeah. We just need to give them the time.
Okay.
That hadn't been finalized as of last meeting.
Okay,
So
perfect.
once I get the time, I can reach out to them and let them know.
Okay,
I guess, do we want to say 10:15?
10:15.
Yeah, to allow people to, go from the Railroad Museum to the airport hangar.
So 10:15 to 11:30. Okay. Members on the phone, any other questions or comments?
I'm good.
Looking at, sorry, I'm just thinking out loud, looking at some of the information, then back to the flyer. The flyer doesn't really talk about what this event even is, what we're even promoting and what, because on the first part, the very first line, right underneath the 8 o'clock to 4 o'clock, it just says park in the museum's parking lot. Why are we parking though? There's, you know what I mean? There's no information to what this is. An explanation of the Historic Preservation Day and the importance of it. And, because I'm looking at all of these great events, and we go, and you look at it, and
Well, the
Guess we
one from
can't
last
change any of
year
it.
was the same format. So I assume when this flyer goes out, they know that the Historic Preservation Day is taking place on May 11th, and this is where you arrive at 8 o'clock. You're going to go to the museum, park in the museum parking lot. So there wasn't an explanation at the beginning of the last
It
year's
was, okay.
flyer. So I assume that everybody knows why they're there.
okay.
It's also worth noting that even though the flyer is going to go out in utility mailers, the city has generally in the past put information up on their social media feed, and that's going to get the information out a lot more
okay.
broadly than just the utility flyer within Boulder City proper.
Okay.
And when that goes across the feed, you have the opportunity to add more depth that you wouldn't in a simple flyer like this.
Okay.
And that's what I was going to ask Michael. The marketing on that has to be more than just a flyer.
Yes, absolutely. We coordinate with the communications manager to promote the event via social media each year.
Okay.
Yeah.
So basically, this is just the schedule of the day.
It is a schedule, but it's also what is reflected in the utility mailer. And unfortunately, we only have one page to work with.
Right.
And so I tried to incorporate as best I could the material that each of you provided to me to put into the flyer.
Okay. Michael, it says down at the bottom that you're going to provide refreshments the day of the event. Is that at each location?
Typically in the past, that's just been at the kickoff venue. So, yeah, I would,
At the railroad.
yep.
Fantastic.
And if the other venues want to have refreshments, they can, because I know Tara at Company Store is going to have some refreshments.
Yeah.
That's okay. Members on the phone, any comments?
For comments?
No comments.
Thank you. Were you going to say something, Michael?
Just that, probably the old airport hangar probably is not conducive for refreshments.
This will be outside.
Because we won't be inside. We're going to try to provide a viewing in, but it's all going to be outdoors.
Okay. So last year, because this is my first year doing it, are we, the commission, supposed to be at each one of these, or you kind of float out throughout the day as well, but you are responsible for the ones, like I'm at the car at the end of the day? Do I make an appearance at all of them? Is that what the commission did last year, or?
Typically, you divide up responsibilities as to who's going to be where, because you can't be everywhere at once. Now, of course, with the schedule, there is a progression. At the Railroad Museum, there will be activities all day. But I guess one of the things we could discuss right now is who's going to be committed to volunteer at each of the locations.
And I assumed that when we handed out the assignments of railroad, you're representing the airport, and I was representing the cars. And then the other members would decide where you wanted to be, or be floaters throughout the day, because, you may need help, or you may need help. I think you're pretty much good to go.
Yeah, and I believe Blair's going to be at the museum in the morning because she's giving the award and doing the welcoming and all that, so.
And having said that, I think we all should be at the beginning with the awards, because that would, say that we all agree and we've all voted and we're happy for that person who won. So I think that we should all start the day off. Is everybody in agreement with that? And then we could break out, because I know for the car, I want to go to each one, but I'll make sure I leave at 11:30 from the airport to get over to the car to be prepared for that, so.
I think that's a great idea.
Okay, seems common sense.
And I'm happy to go wherever you need me.
Okay,
Point me. Wherever.
thank you.
And I'll say the same, just, I can fill in wherever.
Okay, is that Chair Davenport?
No.
Dawn?
Oh, that was done, okay. Okay. Any other comments or suggestions at this point? So this is done. Michael, do you have anything that you want to clarify before we go on to the next agenda?
Just that if there's any additional information that you'd like me to add to the matrix before the April meeting, you can just email me separately regarding that information, and then we will use that meeting to finalize any of the logistics for the day.
Okay, and that would be any cancellations or anything like that if someone can't make it?
Or additional information, or yes.
Okay, thank you. Okay. I'm going to move on to the next agenda, which is item 3, update on the implementation of the commission's goal and priorities. Staff, may I please have your report?
So, as we do monthly, you have the matrix that provides the update on the commission's goals, and any new information is highlighted in bold. You'll also note that I've included in this agenda item the flyer for the Historic Window Restoration Boot Camp. So this is for May 17th through the 19th. And I'm working with Courtney Mooney and the City of Las Vegas to promote the workshop to licensed contractors throughout Southern Nevada. Again, our goal with this project, and it's tied to a SHPO grant program that we're receiving, is to help train local contractors to know how to restore historic windows. We've heard both here in Boulder City as well as in the city of Las Vegas, there are no existing contractors that have this knowledge base. And so we're hopeful that through this training exercise, those contractors will have the skills after the workshop, and then local property owners can utilize them to restore their windows. So if there's any other questions regarding the committee goals?
So just to refresh my memory, I'm really excited about the windows, and I've gotten a few calls on it. Have have the workers that are going to be in the training, have they been selected, or that's what's taking place right now?
That's what's taking place right now.
Okay.
So we will have 12 openings, and we're promoting this in various areas of Southern Nevada. And once we receive all of the interested inquiries, we'll evaluate them, and if we have more than 12, looking back to the criteria, we'll determine the 12 that will be in attendance.
Okay, and again, it's closed to the public, because this is a training, and you want to have just the workers there. You don't, it's not open to the public to come and look and see how they're being trained, or to go and ask questions or anything.
I have not talked to Mr. Yap yet about the public coming by, and what I'll try to do is do that before the next meeting. But certainly, they wouldn't be able to participate, and
Right.
being inside the house at 640 Avenue C is a fairly small house, so I'm sure he would be concerned about having the public in there while he's working with the students on the window restoration project. But I'll clarify what opportunities may exist for people to be able to stop by and view it.
Okay, thank you. I was actually thinking of the homeowners in that area who are concerned about the windows and excited about having them done. That would be something that they may want to be in on. So if you would ask him if there's any criterias and let us know. The next meeting. Members on the phone, is there any questions or comments for Michael? Anything else? Michael, did you have anything else?
Nothing further.
Okay. Next is Agenda Item 4, discussion and update on the status of properties in the Historic District or other potential eligible properties. Staff, may I please have your report?
So also monthly, we provide any updates on activities within the district or grants or projects. We have provided the updated report from March, and I can answer any questions.
Commission, do you have any questions?
Not at this time.
Okay, members on the phone, do you have any questions for Michael?
I don't.
No question.
Okay, thank you. Next is Agenda Item 5 for possible action, commission discussion regarding potential agenda items for upcoming Historic Preservation Commission meetings. Now's the time for the commission to identify possible future agenda items. Any questions? Chair Davenport, any questions, or any member on the phone?
Michael, this is Chuck Baker. If you recall last month, I discussed the possibility of a museum project for Boulder City. Would that be something that I might bring up on an agenda item, or is that not appropriate?
Certainly, we could agendize a general topic for next month regarding your request.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, well,
Go ahead, I'm
I
sorry.
would like to suggest an agenda item to discuss the potential building of a Veterans Museum in the Boulder City area.
Sorry, Member Baker, can you clarify what kind of museum?
I thought you said veterans.
Veterans,
Veterans.
veterans. Okay.
military veterans.
Yes, okay.
Okay.
Okay, that doesn't have to be voted on, that's just something you'll add to your list for next meeting?
Correct.
Okay,
Yeah, if there's concurrence with the commission to ask for staff direction to add that, yes.
okay,
But it doesn't require a vote.
okay, thank you. So we'll look forward to talking about that next meeting. Okay, the next and final agenda, item 5 for possible action, commission discussion regarding potential agenda items for upcoming, did I just do that? Sounds like I just do that for upcoming Historic Preservation Commission meetings. I did just do that, didn't I? Okay, so now is the time for the commission to identify possible future agenda items. I just did that. Now is the final public comment period for the evening.
So I would like to take this opportunity at the final public comment period to welcome our new city planner, Nikisha Lyon.
Welcome.
She has
Hello.
come all the way from Montana, and we're very excited to have her here, and she's looking forward to working with the commission.
Nice, welcome.
Welcome.
Nice to meet you. Okay, so thank you. Do we have anyone in the audience that would like to come to the podium? If so, just state your name. If not, seeing that no one's called in.
You have to announce.
Oh, I'm sorry. I got excited about our new member from Montana. So now is the final public comment period for the evening. The public may call 702-589-9629 if no one speaks, or that's my part. Okay, hearing no one on the phone or in the audience, we will close the final public comment period, and this meeting is adjourned.